Hello everybody, welcome to another Ironclad video. I kind of jumped the gun on this one and we're already at Meow. I like to start in the title screen, but we didn't. So, greed is just broken, and if you have an early shop, you always take it. It's always the best option. I mean, I guess you don't always take it if you want the run to be challenging, but I feel like greed does two things. One, it is very flexible in that you have a lot of choices you get to make because you just get to shop with so much money. You start with 99 gold, get 333 gold from greed, and you're gonna shop most of the time with about 450 to 460 gold after maybe an event and a couple hallways. So uh, yeah, because you have so much gold, you get to make a lot of choices, and that allows you to have a lot of control over your run. And the drawback is basically nothing. Having another curse in your deck doesn't really matter. The thing to remember, though, is that the drawback is irrelevant, largely not irrelevant. Sometimes you'll get really bit in the ass by greed. It will happen. But it's a very small drawback for the benefit. I believe I would like this to be nerfed because it's so good that it's not fun. I think this should give 300 gold, and I think that would be a lot more interesting. It would definitely cut off your options. It would make you'd have less ability to buy some of the expensive relics earlier, some of the expensive, like, rare cards early. Um, that'd be good. But something to note about greed is that if you take this, subsequent curses are much worse than they normally would be because you always have a Sender's Bane in your deck, right? So when you add this, that's two curses. So you have a 5 card hand, right? If I have a 5 card hand, and assume right here is greed because that's where it would be in our deck, right? So 5 card hand, 5 card hand, 5 card hand, right? Uh, what do we see about that? We can draw hands where we have Ascender's Bane, Greed, and then we'll always have 3 other cards. And if we draw Bash, Strike, Defend, right? We can play Bash, Defend, or Defend, Strike, or whatever, right? But we add another curse to our deck, right? We start to be able to have hands where we can't even spend our 3 energy during the turn. And especially when your deck is relatively small, like in Act 1, it's a huge detriment. So there's an event, this or that, which you can get Clumsy for a relic. So say you take Greed and then you take Clumsy, right? That's where you start to have hands that don't do anything, and you just have to skip your turn. And when you have to skip your turn, you pretty much lose, even if it's like against like easy enemies. Fishing Rod I like a lot, and I like it much more on Overgrowth than I do on the Underdogs. On the Underdogs, I don't think this is takeable. On the Overgrowth, it's pretty good. You do need good paths for this, and it's not better than most options. I like Neo's Talisman a lot, too. It's funny because it's like, this looks so bad. Like, you upgrade a Strike and a Defend, who cares? But that actually ends up being a ton of value early on. We're going to take Greed, and now we have to figure out our path. I'm able to just take Greed because I see this path and I see this path. And this path has a later shop and some more pivot points, so I am leaning toward that. This path on, like, the upside, say this is like a profitable event of some kind. Um, this is going to be a hard hallway because it is a guaranteed hard hallway because this could be a hard hallway as well. Um, this path is just not too exciting. So 4 fires in this direction and 2 elites. That's pretty good. In Act 1, I definitely prefer elites to fires generically before I know if anything has happened. Ironclad is one of the most upgrade hungry characters. Um, Upgrades on the Ironclad are great. Resting on the Ironclad is usually pretty bad, and it's usually like a bad case scenario or risk mitigation thing. You're not really happy when you have to rest as the Ironclad. You have to give up a lot to rest. Um, the other path isn't particularly good either. We could go like this way, just 2 elites and 3 fires. So that's pretty much just strictly worse than the path over here. We can also go this way, just 2 elites. we're never taking a path that we can fight 3 elites on because we'd have to go this way, which is 2 guaranteed hard hallways while we have greed in our deck, especially. And then, like, we have to pray to God that this is a shop, which it's like 10% or 20% or something to be a shop. It's just so unlikely. So I would not make that play. So it looks like we have to go left. We have to choose one of these left paths, and obviously, like, if we go this way, we don't get to shop. So it looks like this is our only real path. Another thing I want to touch on this right path, so right path referring to this path, is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 question marks. It's not really a good thing. We're not really going to get strong off of playing hallways. It's very likely we're going to have a bunch of places that want us to spend money, which we're not going to have because we're going to spend it all at the shop. So not very good. This is definitely a redemption run. We lost our last run to the Waterfall Giant, my least favorite enemy in the entire game. It was pretty frustrating, and we certainly could have done things differently in our spot, but I honestly believe that we played about as well as we possibly could have, and we just lost RNG, and that's not something I say lightly. That doesn't happen very often in this game. So that fight was terrible. Obviously, our RNG was awful, but what are you going to do? Pommel Strike's the best card in this pack, for sure, so I'm just going to take that. I'm not particularly stoked about more money. More money. Give me the money. Anyway, this hand's bad. Yeah, I could like go into I could go into the Sword in the Stone event, where the problem with the Sword in the Stone event is that it takes such a long time to receive any benefit from it that often it just becomes irrelevant by the time you get it. Like, if you're able to fight 5 elites like down a square, like, you're usually in pretty good position. So I don't really like taking the Sword in the Stone. I would always rather take the money. You take the Sword in the Stone when you feel like you can't afford to take damage and you can't use the money anytime soon. Lucky for us, none of those things were true. We can take a Rupture that does nothing. We could take a Drum of Battle that draws 2 cards, which just does nothing. And then we can take this very good damage common, which we will do. Now we're shopping. What do you think we're going to see? That is really exciting. 550 gold. You don't get to shop this early in the game with this much money very often. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. And fisticuffs. Oh, baby. The tent. This is the most fun relic in the entire game. Even just going to a fire and resting and getting an upgrade every single time feels so good. And it's so powerful. It doesn't just like... It's not just like entertaining. It is very powerful. So I'm really happy about this. I really, really like this Eternal Armor card. Honestly, I think this card is like borderline breaks the game, and I think it might. I think the upgrade on this is too strong and should be nerfed. I believe I could buy both of these, right? Yeah, I have enough money to buy both of these. The thing about plating is every instance of plating makes future plating better. It's a lot like poison, because if I play both of these, right? If say I somehow play them both in the same turn in Fantasyland where we have 4 mana for no reason, we're just making an example here. So I'm gonna have 13 block, then I have 12 block, then I have 11 block, then I have 10 block. So not only does it last more turns, but you get more value every single turn. So it's like somewhat akin to an exponential scaling. It's not really exponential, but it gets out of hand pretty easily. And we're almost certainly going to upgrade Eternal Armor here as long as we don't get, like, blasted. Oh, wait, if we get blasted, it doesn't matter because we're going to rest. We're going to rest. Not bad. This Fisticup card is incredible. This is potentially the literal best... it's potentially the literal best uncommon colorless card on this character. And the reason it's so good is that it scales with strength. Oh my god, another Pommel Strike. That's really nice. It scales with strength, which is really good. So it's block that scales with strength, but there's just so many like synergies with this card. Also, it's like good with pillage. It's just good with so much. So I'm obviously not going to say that this upgrade is like potentially too good and not upgrade it. Like this is the literal best card in my entire deck. And we're going to be doing some face tanking here, but I have no issue with that at all. We're definitely going left, by the way. This two fire path like is so busted. I'll block, yeah. I might draw Eternal Armor next turn. Skill game. I don't think it's correct to play these cards, but it's just fun, so I'm gonna do it. I don't really care. I keep thinking this is the guy that makes your attacks more expensive, and it's a different guy that does that. I'm just clobbering this guy. I took like 5 wildly unnecessary damage. That was a nice fight. Another Pommel Strike. I am okay taking another copy of this card, but we are at our absolute limit of taking this card, and I will not be taking more copies. And because we upgraded Eternal Armor already, I'm going to upgrade Stone Armor as well. I would not normally make these 2 upgrades, but as I said, instance of plating make other instances of plating more powerful, so having both of these is really good. I think I might just use this Energy Potion. You know what? I think I could save it. I think it's not a big deal. How are we taking damage? We just block for 17 every single turn. Like, we're just not going to take damage. Next 30, 31 block. Come on, man. This guy is going to scale. We're not invincible, but we're pretty close to invincible. He does 0 to me. This is definitely the type of run that if like you're watching somebody streaming this, you're typing hi YouTube in the chat, like, oh my god, come on, come on. I'm looking over at my second monitor to make sure I started recording. Dude, this is so ridiculous. Greed in the Sword of the Stone, Tent, Horncleat, Gorget with Eternal Armor. Like, you cannot be serious. All right, I'm going to start upgrading these Pommel Strikes. So the best case scenario for us right now is that we end up in a deck where we just cast Hellraiser, or we play Hellraiser and combo off Pommel Strike, which is why I'm placing a really heavy priority on these Pommel Strikes. This is awkward because I could draw Eternal Armor off Pommel Strike, which would be really bad. I didn't. Thank you, God. Eternal Armor? If I hit Eternal Armor, this guy's not damaging me. Eternal Armor? Alright, Eternal Armor. I'll take 6, I guess. I don't believe I will take another point of damage. 26. Alright, I definitely should have sequenced better. We definitely clowned around way too hard. It's just a chronic problem of mine in this game. I took at least 6 completely unnecessary damage, but it is what it is. I will allow it. Also, we rest for free feed. Are you joking? Come on. I don't even know if this feed card does anything here. It's like so hard to make this work. I'm gonna just skip this. I don't really like feed that much unless it's very early in the act, in which case it's like absolutely the most broken thing you can hit. Guess I'll take no damage. It does not matter what play I make. This card may be a design mistake. Alright, I'm going to take some damage, but kill him pretty easily. Heal. These potions are terrible. Another breakthrough. I really don't want another breakthrough. Well, I would take Havoc. Havoc has some insane hits in my deck. I could Havoc hit Eternal Armor, Havoc hit Uppercut, but it just gives me more. I've heard this referred to as upgrade debt in this game, and it's just like, I don't want to make more upgrades. You can see Tent kind of, like when you have a lot of fires with Tent, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy that like eventually you don't really care about resting anymore. This is insane against this boss. Not like it matters. I'm going to beat the absolute crap out of this deer. This deer doesn't even know what's coming. He doesn't even know what's coming. Like, he has no clue. He doesn't even know that his opponent has 16 plating. Like, imagine not knowing how much plating your opponent has and you're a deer. I way overblocked there. Definitely don't do that. If I was playing and I wasn't recording this, I would save scum so hard right now, it would make your head spin. I'll allow it. I believe when you get the stun, he resets. That blocks for 26, right? I believe when you get the stun, he resets his strength. So I can kind of, like, clown around a little bit here, and it's not a big deal. You can see that, like, I still have 17 plating. Take 11 or whatever. Whatever. I definitely should have cast Fight Me. That's why this card's in my deck. Alright, yeah, you lose all his strength. That was right. I was correctus. I got Age of Empires 2 Villager would say. Wow, I don't like these cards very much. Oh, I don't even take damage. Never mind. Doesn't matter. Never mind. I just have infinite plating. I'm just trying to speed it up here. I'm going to heal to full after this, as long as I don't take much more damage. I can't kill him, which is awkward. Hopefully I draw Fisticuffs and I take 0. I did not. Alright, I will take 0. It's like I'm certainly playing fast and loose. Like, I'm not super concerned with really any of my plays. This is just so... No, there's just so little to think about. I don't like any of these cards. I'm just going to skip. Cruelty in my deck with just Uppercut and Bash is, like, not very exciting. Damn, I really wanted a Hellraiser, bro. Like, that's all I want. All I want is Hellraiser. How about Pale's Wing, please? Nope, no Pale's Wing for me. Alright, Pale's Flesh, the other two options are absolutely useless. I am almost certainly not putting any cards that block in my deck for the rest of the run. And okay, let's slow it down a little bit. So I want to still hit a million fires. Obviously, like, the resting has low equity because I'm just going to heal over and over, but it's still good. Don't get me wrong. This path jumps out at me as a pretty viable path. Oh, that's kind of awkward, though. Not a whole lot of elites. I guess I could go this way, but then I skip another fire. It's an absolute billion fires this direction. Like, once you have 10, fires are almost certainly better than elites, but you do have to, like, actually, if you're resting for 0, then the rest just, like, doesn't count. So it's something to think about. So 4 fires that way, 3 fires this way, a bunch of question marks, but I'm probably going to spend my money at this shop. I could get the shovel and be able to afford it, but it's honestly unlikely. Going this way is so low equity, right? 4 fires, 1 elite. I really want to fight more elites. Could go this way. I think I've settled on starting here, and then we'll get here, see how much money we have, and go from there. These paths are some of the worst paths I've ever seen in Act 2. I'm not stoked about these paths. And then I didn't draw Eternal Armor, bit. Getting Gorget was just so absolutely unreasonable with the upgraded Eternal Armor. I'll just play it, whatever. I should have just killed this guy. That was really dumb. I was not thinking about how much damage I was actually taking if I played that. I needed to kill him. Whatever, you live and you learn. Definitely one of the issues with these really easy runs. I learned this when I was coaching Teamfight Tactics for a while. And something that came up was there was this deck. This was during set 4, if you're familiar with Teamfight Tactics at all. These cards aren't particularly good. All the Stomp, I think I'm just going to take. It's so good with Pommel Strike. But if you're familiar with set 4, there was a mechanic called Cultist. And this mechanic had like a weird outside the game issue where it was just so boring to play it that you could lose by just being bored and like forgetting to do things. And that sounds like really silly for like a competitive video game, but you're just gonna have to take my word for it. And like you would literally go like the first 10 minutes of the game without taking any game actions at all. You would just do nothing for 10 minutes. Um, Buying the exact same units, making the same plays, all that stuff. So what I started doing and what I would teach people to do is to just like meaninglessly move around your units just so that you're staying engaged with the game, because like by losing engagement with the game, that's where mistakes come in. um I don't really need to touch on why an upgraded uppercut is good. I mean, that's actually incredible. This deck, in terms of like cards it just wants like Hellraiser and like maybe some rares like Offering, Bloodletting would be good, stuff like that. Oh, these are terrible. And I'm about to shop too. Downgrade a random card is like semi-catastrophic because um it could downgrade Eternal Armor, which is not only going to make it like half as good of a card, but I'm going to immediately have to go upgrade it again, which is a pain in the ass. I'm going to be sad. Art of War is not good in my deck. There's no situation where I'm going through my turns and I want to not cast something. I got Pendulum on. That's so good, though. I'm very excited about getting Pendulum for 100 gold. And I was like living in fear of the shovel being here, but there's no shovel. I'm pretty glad. This is a pretty good pillage deck, but it's just unnecessary. I don't need potions. My potions are incredible. It's way too late for Hand of Greed, and that's assuming I could even afford it, which obviously I can't. I think this Thinking Ahead card is incredible on this character. This is one of those cards that you secretly just never want to upgrade because the Exhausting is just such a perk. So I will be buying that and then calling it a day. I don't want any of these other cards. I really don't want cards that block. Wow, this is awkward. Whatever. Clarity Extract, that's way better than Speed Potion. And then we can do some upgrading. We're always resting. Don't have anything that's affected by that. I think I'm just going to upgrade both my Pommel Strikes and then worry about my other upgrades later, because this card drawing 2 cards is way better than it drawing 1 card. Also, very key to Hellraiser being a combo card. That was definitely loose. I should have thought about it first. I think I will play this Thinking Ahead, even though it does 3 damage to me. Eternal Armor, I don't want to draw that. Alright, we take 11. That's not a big deal. Horn Cleat. I'm still going to play Eternal Armor. I'm almost certainly not going to take any damage the rest of the fight because of that. You can kind of see why I put a priority on that Stomp. Easy to rationalize because it's upgraded, but it is just so incredible when this card's free and it does like 15 damage. Like, it really is just crazy. And it's AoE in my deck with no AoE. Really good. I can just draw it like over and over and over again. I don't think I take any damage. I don't. This is such like a brain dead run. I think I could have killed here, but I have to cast Breakthrough, and I'm just gonna let it go to next turn. I can definitely kill, and I don't take any damage. So, wow, Stomp. This card's so good when you have extra manas with Pantograph, dude. Come on. All right, I never even remotely considering any of those pieces of garbage. Lasting Candy. I could get like what could I hit off Lasting Candy? Not really much, honestly. All right, so this is an unusual situation because normally a Fire would be pretty good, but the only cards I can upgrade off the Fire are Pommel Strike and maybe Fight Me, Fisticuffs, Bash, like mostly things that are relatively low impact. So I also don't need to heal because I'm at 82. I also have Pantograph, so I'm going to heal the full against the boss. I'm just going to take this exceedingly masculine path. So I'm not worried about these enemies dealing any damage to me. Wow, I'll never take damage the whole fight. Skill game. Squidward. 15, huh? And I have 15 plating. I guess I'll go for the right guy. Not bad. These might become a problem later, but I think I can close fast enough that they won't be a big deal. Pale's Flesh, eh? I do have 14 block. I would like to kill this guy. This does 10, and then these will both do 19. I'm gonna take a little bit of damage doing this, but I think getting a kill on one of these guys makes this fight so much easier to manage. We're still overall on to gain HP against them, so pretty good. I don't know. Something about just like drawing 2 cards and drawing 2 statuses. Just like, come on, man. I think I'm just gonna exhaust these and play Stone Armor. I think like it's very, very unlikely that I can really take damage this game, but it's like the only way I see it is by not managing the statuses, so I'll just do that. I can just kill him. That was very easy. Fire Potion, not useful. Blood Wall, upgraded, so worth considering, but I have Fisticuffs and 2 cards that give a huge amount of plating. Huh, this is interesting. This is a very interesting spot, I'm not going to lie. I think I will take this. I don't really want blocking cards, but an upgraded block wall just... Block wall. I might as well be called block wall. Upgraded blood wall just blocks her so much. This fight is so bad. We suck against this guy. I didn't think about him at all. We don't have like a copy of Bloodletting, or I would play Clarity Extract and go fishing. I think we're just going to take 1,000,000 damage. Like, thankfully, we can rest for a ton, and we have 2 really good potions if things get hairy. Like, playing these potions... Like, I want to save this for at least the crab, so I don't really want to just run it out. Set up my next turn. I will happily draw an uppercut next turn and take 0 here. All right, now we're kind of doing something. We're still weak, but we have 14 block every turn. We can upgrade that, but I don't think we need to. I think we need to push forward, as it were. This card's pretty useless until I cast Fight Me. I guess I could go Fight Me, the middle guy, Break Through, and then Stone Armor. I don't really take much damage if I do that. The uppercut's pretty low value. All right. I'm not stoked with that, but we're fine. I'm still at 50. I probably can go to like 56 after this fight's over. This will deal 15. How much does this deal? It does... Oh, this kills. Okay. Very good. Kill the middle guy. Gonna really mitigate the amount of damage I take. Start going after that guy. I drew a Stomp. Okay. Very good. Stomp very good in this fight. Alright, this guy's going to come back, but we have enough damage. We can just manage these without taking any more damage. Very happy to get out of this fight at 56 with how badly it was kind of going. Skill Potion is realistically better than Clarity Extract, but I don't know. I'm not really sure if that's something I want to do. These are all terrible. Body Slam is really bad in this deck because we're so reliant on plating. I'm just going to pass all this stuff. I don't really want a second Stomp. Stomp is not really a good card or a card that's good in multiples. Literally no decision to make there at all. I have nothing I can even do. Alright, here we definitely want to kill this bug. Well, we're on to take 1, which is really not a big deal. I could full block. Oh, wait, I can attack with Ornamental Fan. I full block anyway. Alright, let's go after this guy. That was a really good card to draw because I wouldn't play it anyway. Alright, I'm very happy to draw Fisticuffs. Get out of here, and then I'm just going to play this just to make it so I can't possibly lose. There's something to be said where I could be a little bit more strategic in some of these situations, but it's just not really very necessary. I'll take 0, and then I can kill them both next turn, I think. Should be able to draw something. Whatever. Shackling Potion, still worse than my current potions. These cards aren't particularly exciting when I have 3 copies of upgraded Pommel Strike in my deck. I'm looking for cards that are like free or Hellraiser. Oh man. Hellraiser just feels like this distant fantasy at this point in the game. It's like, how am I ever going to end up with a copy of Hellraiser? Alright, well, I take 0. I should be able to get out of this fight without taking any more damage or much more damage, if that. Fight me against this guy is really dangerous. I don't really like casting this card. I think I will just skip it. Probably can full block him next turn with 14 plating and a blood wall. Yeah. Take 2 because I, you know. Take another 3. Took a lot more damage in this fight than I thought I was going to, honestly, but should be able to close. I'm going to prioritize dealing damage to him rather than playing this card that gives plating. 40 damage. Uh-oh. This is so awkward. You know what would be really good right now? Shackling Potion. It would be really good. Too bad I was never offered a Shackling Potion, or I probably would have taken it. That was very likely, but I felt like I had to fish for it. I take 22. It's really good that this is the second elite, and I get to just rest after this. That could not have gone any worse. That's the worst I've ever seen that fight go with a deck this good. Feel No Pain is useless in my deck. It only works with Thinking Ahead and Ascender's Bane, so I don't think I could take that. Battle Trance is really bad in this deck. Expect a Fight is very good in this deck. I think I actually will take that and plan on upgrading it. Alright, don't be a hard hallway, please. Hooray, Bat Chest. Ooh, that's pretty good. The Pillow. This run definitely was not pre-recorded, I promise. Not pre-recorded, and, what's the other word? Not preceded. This is a real run I'm really playing. For real. I'm just going to use this. Fuck it. Alright, sequencing bonus. Okay. I'm weak and frail, eh? Well, I like this uppercut card. Uppercut, fisticuffs. I only take 0. Okay, never mind. I thought I was taking 3. This fight's going absolutely swimmingly. Oh, that was nice. Take 3. I don't even want to turn around and face that guy because I'm smoking his partner so bad. Alright. Turn around. Yeah, this fight's a joke. He's going to offer me a copy of Hellraiser, and the run will be over. You'll see. Try not to think too hard, honestly. Like, my main way of losing is, like, thinking so hard that my brain just starts smoking. It happens a lot more than I'd like to admit. Alright, Pommel Strike. Fisticuffs. He's definitely dead next turn to Bash Strike. Okay, easy game, crappy potion, and nothing is offered here. So, I very much like this Pyre card actually here. Why do I like it? I have 3 copies of upgraded Pommel Strike. So, if we can put this into play relatively unmolested, which we can do with our plating cards, we are in really good shape. Or we're not taking... Let him cook! Let him cook now. Come on. This isn't like the best tent value I've ever had, but it's definitely up there. I really want to shop. I don't really think... There's some big conflict between shopping and rest or camping. This path gives me outs to shop, a bunch of elites, and like I'm likely going to be able to spend my money at one of these 4 question mark spots. So I'm going to take a bit of a risk because the fires with the cooking thing is just so stupid. So I'm just going to do that. I'm going to take all my garbage out of my deck. All right. Expect a fight A. Eternal Armor. Can't do anything else. Honestly, Eternal Armor is like absolutely god-awful against this guy. But it's fine. We have so much energy. You could say that we have gratuitous amount of energy, and you'd be right. This just does more damage. Alright, should be able to kill or full block and be sad. 15, 10, 10, 25, 35, not quite. If we Blood Wall, we still heal to full after the fight's over. I guess we just do this then. Alright, that was easy, and we healed the full. Very nice. Viscous. This isn't really a very good Viscous deck. It's fine. Shrug it off. But yeah, these cards just don't do anything. Yeah, there's the grand irony of a deck. This is insane, right? The grand irony of a deck with a bunch of plating is that Body Slam does absolutely nothing as a card. Alright, so I can't just land this Pyre without taking a bunch of damage, which I'm very unhappy to do. Obviously, this doesn't deal any damage, but it blocks me for the most. So I'm just going to do it. Alright, no Eternal Armor for me. Not a very good turn. It's alright, though. This is likely to draw more. Yeah, that was probable. Oh wait, I actually want this. Expect a fight for 4. This. This guy's gonna have a really hard time damaging me when I have 14 plating. Excuse me, when I have 19 plating. This is definitely where this card like falls off, because if I play Fight Me on this guy, he does another 5 damage. It's just like so bad. I'm just gonna hit him with random attacks and kill him. He goes attack, cast, and charge up, and like he really won't get to the point where he charges up for much. He also will just die. Second wind against Aeon Glass. I will allow it. That was really nice. Huh. This is definitely a decision point. So this potion is useless, but I can't really imagine there's an upgraded attack I want that isn't Pommel Strike. But in terms of upgraded skills, there's also nothing I really want, so I guess it's not much of a decision. This upgraded Pommel Strike doesn't do much. I don't have Hellraiser. This deck is definitely kind of like... It's kind of whatever compared to the potential it had. I'm just going to block. I think it's okay. Not being able to play Eternal Armor is a shame. This is good. Full block. I didn't need to block. I forgot about Horn Cleat. Would not be the first time I forgot about that this run. I've been forgetting about it a lot. Play cards at random. Okay, this fan has been an absolute MVP this entire run. Like, it is helping so much. Just heal to full, skill potion to replace my lost potion. Copy of Havoc. Not really a very exciting card at this point. I think there's a lot... There's a lot that could go wrong with this Havoc just because... I don't know. It could hit some awkward cards. I guess it's so good with thinking ahead. I'm just gonna take it. Whatever. I talked myself back into it. All right, let him cook. Definitely gonna take out strikes. We don't have cards that care about strikes. No strikes for me. And then let's upgrade Pyre. Definitely the best upgrade in my deck. And we will rest because we feel obligated to. Go, little Ironclad needs to be sung a lullaby. I don't know. I don't want to take really any damage against this guy at all if I can help it. Probably should have just landed my Pyre there. Oh well, not a big deal. Stomp, eh? Yeah. I guess that was something to consider earlier, is that the Havoc can hit second wind, which is something I'm going to have to be careful about the rest of the run, especially against Aeon Blast. It's ironically bad to hit that card because it's such a valuable card. I want to be able to cast it multiple times. Alright, this is just an absolute slaughter. My character is an absolute man god. Goodbye. Oh, baby! Oh, my son. Alright. Ironically, even though we hit Hellraiser, we're still going to remove strikes because they just don't do anything. I cannot believe I hit this. Alright, definitely upgraded Pommel Strikes better than upgrading Hellraiser, even though we're going to upgrade both. I literally cannot believe that happened. I am the happiest man I've ever been in my entire life. Yeah, some people it's like the birth of their son. For me it's I hit Hellraiser when I didn't expect to. That's really what gets me going in life. Get out of here. I don't need this crap. Okay. Havoc could hit basically nothing bad. I couldn't set it up with thinking ahead because I was gonna hand size cap myself. If you're wondering, because I had 10 cards in my hand. Just gotta play Eternal Armor and make sure I don't take any damage next turn. Eternal Armor or deal like 40. It's like not very competitive. Wow, this hand is terrible. What the hell? So I would use a potion here, but with Pantograph and Regal Pillow and Tent, I just don't actually take any real damage here. Like, I take 20, but I'm going to heal the full, so it doesn't matter. Fight me IRL, huh? Alright, that was quite the hand. Right, I'd like to play an upgraded Pommel Strike every turn. Hmm, 82 armor, is that good? I don't know. Petrified Toad, wow, lucky me. This Inflame is actually, like, worth considering. If I didn't feel like I had to upgrade Hellraiser here, I would take this in a heartbeat, but I do have to upgrade Hellraiser, so I can't take this. This or that? Well, that's awkward. I'll take a curse, whatever. Alright, Vadra's insane. I'm very happy about that. It really... Oh, I can I can get rid of it immediately. That's so funny. It really matters a lot that my deck has strength scaling. I don't think I need to upgrade Fight Me. I think I can afford to do this, and then I can heal the full because of the pillow. If I could beat Aeon Glass, I can destroy the experiment. This is definitely the hardest fight, but I should be fine. What do I do? I guess I just block. Alright, blocking. That was not a complicated turn whatsoever. Pyre. Oh, baby. I'll allow it. I'm not going to play this Fisticuffs this turn. I'm just going to eat everything. Very good to stay on top of curses in your deck with Hellraiser because you just cast so many cards. I don't really think I want to do anything here. I think I'll just bash and remove the last artifact and pass. You have to be really careful about how many cards you cast against this guy. Like, it's just a big deal. Fight me IRL. I'm gonna do that because it makes my what do you call it? It makes my pommel strikes do way more damage, which is a really big deal. It's a way faster kill, way less curse generation. I guess I'll do this. It's fine. Take 20. Ouch. I still heal basically to full next fight with Pantograph, so I'm not really that worried. Guess I can Havoc safely. Alright. Uppercut. I should have definitely played this before Uppercut. Oops. Let me think here. 3. So I can force him to spawn a curse, which is pretty good. And just eat everything. That was really nice. Being able to eat 3 curses feels so good. I have 5 in my draw pile. Not bad. Yeah, like, I'm going to repeatedly generate curses, but I'm also going to repeatedly draw second winds. I'm just going to eat everything, say go. I'm not even going to cast this. It's just a brick. I should be able to kill him in, like, the next couple turns. I didn't draw a copy of Pommel Strike. That's actually insane. Did I exile Pommel Strike? Huh? That's so crazy. That's, like, insanely unlikely. What are you going to do? Delicious. I take 0. And you can see, like, a deck like this looks like it would be bad against Aeon Glass, but having the second wind, it really, there's nothing that I could lose to. I'm just casting this because it feels good. I absolutely slaughtered him. I have 2 potions left for the experiment. Yeah, this deck is just amazing. Like, it feels so good. Greed into Sword in the Stone, Tent, and then I got Horncleat Gorget. Like, come on, man. Make it make sense. That was maybe not correct. Weak is minus 25%, so these are both basically the same. Hellraiser and the Thunder and Heat, hey? Eternal Armoire. Just play defend. Take 0, give him strength, because he was a good boy this year. Havoc. Stone Armor for some cards. Nice Pommel Strike. I'm going to use this Thinking Ahead to set my next turn up. Oh, that's kind of awkward. I should have looked at my draw pile before that. That was definitely a mistake. Put this Blood Wall on top of my deck. I don't really need to exile all these cards with Second Wind. It's kind of a waste. It's like... How do I put this? Like, in Fantasyland, I would want to exhaust my deck down to go for the Hellraiser combo and just have my Hellraiser infinitely cast all the Pommel Strikes in my deck. But I just don't need to do that to win. And, like, exhausting my deck down is going to involve risk, and it's going to also take forever, and I don't want this video to last 10 million years, so that was really bad. Well, that was not good for me. Whatever, I guess we're exhausting our whole deck down, because we did that. The other day, I comboed off on the third phase while he's intangible, and it took like 15 minutes for it to kill him. It was kind of annoying. How many... I have no exhausted Pommel Strikes. Come on, man. Come on, man. This is definitely some tech. It deals block. It gains block equal to the damage you deal, so it just gives 1 block. It's like, all right, cool, bro. Cool, man. I'm close to just being able to go hard infinite. Very close. I don't think it can happen, but it's very close. If I exhausted like 1 more card, I just remembered I had potions. I literally didn't even realize I had potions. I'll use this recreationally. Cascade! You know what they say, every time I touch, or every time we touch, I get this feeling. I'm not gonna lie, that wasn't very good. And we exhaust another Pommel Strike. We might be at a lose here, honestly, like, really close. I don't know if we can win here. I really don't. I'll try my best, you know, that's all we really can do in spots like this, but Come, it hit Pommel Strike again. Come on, man. This game's so lame. So I exhausted all my. I exhausted 3 out of 4 Pommel Strikes. Like that's not very likely. This is so lame because it's like I want there to be like an Act 4 boss for this deck to fight because I absolutely smoked this guy. I have a potion. I have Pantograph. Like if there's another boss, I'd just heal back to full with a potion. Like I would easily win, dude. I would easily win. I don't want this to be over. Like let this ride go on forever. Let it go on forever. Oh, man, so disappointed. That Hellraiser was like the happiest I've been in weeks. I'm not gonna lie. That was so exciting. I can't believe I hit Hellraiser on a random common reward, like or a random encounter reward. That was so sick. That run was a joke. That's one of the easiest runs I've ever played. Like holy crap, that was easy. When a run while resting at each rest site. Restful. I've never got this before. I rested at every single rest site. Oh, that was amazing. This run was pretty fast and loose, but if you made it this far, I'm proud of you. You were a good boy this year, and Santa Claus will give you a lot of gifts, and I can confirm that. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.